Hello, welcome to epistemology, and today we are going to discuss justification. So, if you take a look of the slide, the main important thing is that justification starts with what we know before me. Means that if, for example, we need to justify something, some information was already present before you know something, and that information that was present before you is like present in the form of knowledge. And the main important thing when we talk about justification, the justification of something obviously that contains some knowledge that was processed through a system. We mentioned the process of purification, and what does it stand for? That if anything is justified with some knowledge, that justification with the knowledge, that knowledge is already processed and already been verified or purified or having a sequence of information. Okay, let's talk about a simple thing that you can able to understand this topic. Like for example, we all know the human being is made up of cell, and then cell consists of the genetic material which we call as DNA. And I think everybody know this thing in your school. If for example we know this thing now, so okay, what is the information that is present before this knowledge which we know today? We know that the genetic material contained DNA, but what before that? So let this example take like a timeline, and the history of DNA start from, like for example, from 1859 when Charles Darwin published some papers on the origin of species, and then he talk about the natural selection, and he talking about the selection of the fittest. Then with the timeline in 1866, Mendel discovered the principle of genetics and genes. With then in 1869 Frederick identify nuclein. Then in 1900 Mendel theories was rediscovered, and then in 1944 Ostwald identified DNA as transforming principle. Then 1950 Irwin identified the DNA composition that composed of specific molecules, and then in 1952 then they crystallized the DNA fibers. And then 1953, which everyone know about the structure of DNA, that is a helical structure that are spiral in nature. So if we take a look of the timeline, we found that there is a sequence of information, and that information start from 1859 from Charles Darwin that published the papers on origin of species, and they are talking about the survival of the fittest theory. Then with the principle of genetics discovered in 1866, then along with that, with the process of rediscovering Mendel theories, and then discovery of the DNA in 1944, the composition of DNA in 1950, and then in 1952 how DNA fibers were crystallized, and then the structure of DNA in 1953. So there is a sequence that is found to prove the evidence that the DNA is a helical structure and double helical structure. So that is, you need to understand the timelines of knowledge, and then this information does not need any justification, because the information was already been purified by various researchers and scientists and philosophers before you see today in our, or you today use in our in daily life. Same like when we talk about any controversial belief, we need to justify or we need to give the reason for it. For example, if we talk about today COVID-19, everyone talk about that the vaccinations, but there are some people that believe that and that the vaccine, especially when we talk about coronavirus, the vaccine can cause infertility. People believe on that vaccination cause infertility. And I tell you an interesting story that even in Pakistan, in some part of Pakistan, people we know about polio vaccination, and people still they don't go for vaccination for their kids because they believe that vaccination can cause infertility. But there is no justification. This is a controversial belief. People believe that some people believe that the vaccination is not good, but there is no justification, or there is no evidence available, or there is no knowledge available. That's why for COVID-19, for vaccinations, the governments, especially the prime minister or president in different parts of the world, they try to give confidence to their people, and they try to convince the people that vaccination is good for them, for their health. And that's why they use these vaccinations. They try to take the initiative and taking the vaccines by themselves first, and then that send a message to the other people that vaccines are good, and to set aside that vaccines can cause infertility. So that is very important question, and we need to every knowledge or every information is justified before you is having a series or sequence of information. I just give one example, but if you go with different fields of science and arts, you will find a lot of justifications. Or for example, for justification of God or justification of the religion, for different religion, there is a justifications that were present, and then the evidence have been documented. People have to believe or not to believe is another topic and as another thing. So that is why that is important thing. If you take a look on the last point, we mentioned that they have not questions whether they are justified has not come up, or no one has challenged them or even asked why I hold them, they are justified. So they are talking about justification, that if for example someone justifies some evidence or some knowledge or some information with some evidence or justified with some reasons, and then no one can counter argument or argue, then it will become a justification. So unless someone will cross examine or will examine and then maybe challenge someone justification. So that is very important, and that is a process, natural process, and that's why we need to be rational in our life. If someone talk about something, maybe someone talk about conspiracy theories of something, that the world, for example, someone said the world is going to be end, someone believed that the world is going to end soon. Like remember in 2019 there were some deadlines that the world will end in that date, but nothing happened at that time. So it's better that I think for our human being, for ourselves, we need to be very rational in our life. So justified belief are also kind like that we tend to expect they are true, but it's never be possible that these justified beliefs will be true. Like for example, if someone want to go to library and forgot to go there, so the person that is waiting someone to come in the library, he can believe that the person is lazy or a person is making excuse, whereas the person that want to go to library and unable to go there or forgot to go there, he have the excuse that okay, that I forgot it. So the both parties, the person that want to go to the library, he also have the excuse and why he unable to go, whereas the person that want to meet him, the person he believe that he is lazy or he is making excuse, or she is making excuse. So that's how the belief could go. It could be true, but it tend to expect true, but it does not always be. Let's move to the next heading. So next is going to discuss doxastic justification and then situational justification. There are two type of justifications. When we talk about doxastic justification, the simple example is like, for example, the person, for example, who know that someone is going to be home and someone is, for example, is reliable. Like I mentioned in my next slide, like for example, Simon said he will be home and someone know that Simon is reliable. So it means that we believe them, okay, Simon is reliable and Simon will be home around 5 o'clock. So what we will expect that Simon will be there around 5 o'clock. But if, for example, someone believed that Simon is a liar, and Simon said that okay, I will be at home around 5, but what happened that Simon, when we believe that Simon will be not around at 5, so we will expect that no, he will not come at 5, he may come around 7 or 8. So we tend to react accordingly. So that's our justification, which we call as doxastic justification. And if we see the definition, and if we see that it is defined as justifiedly believing. So we have a justification to believe, like someone is an honest person. So if someone give that okay, he will come in at 5 p.m, so we believe on that. But if someone we believe that is a liar, so we have a justification. So then we obviously then we will not expect that he will come around 5, or he may expect maybe 2 hours later. So that's the term they actually give from the doxa, which means belief. Then we have the term which is situational justification, and actually the word is indicating itself that what is situational. So it is actually information based upon the situation, and the situation is important in that context. So it means that if it's one that the situation is not about someone who perceive, but it also depend upon the person belief and then the knowledge on that belief. For example, some people drink few liter of water a day. So situational justification is just like the proportional justification. Like for example, if someone drink few liter of water, so there is a proportion that his kidney may get damaged, or maybe he may get involved with the kidney problems because of the dehydration. He have or she have the proposition to be dehydrated because not drinking much water. So in this scenario, it is a situation that someone is drinking less water. Same in the doxification or doxa justification or doxastic justification. We're talking about someone having a belief in terms of his behavior, whether he speak truth or he speak lie, he speak false. Whereas situation justification is more like on depend upon situation, and but obviously situation and then person having someone belief and knowledge about that. I mentioned the difference between that. One difference, like for example, if I already mentioned about Simon, I already explained that if Simon said that he will be at home, and we know that Simon is reliable, so it means that we will believe that Simon will be the time that he has mentioned, and that is doxastic justification or doxastic justified belief. But if a person said that might have not believed in that, so in that case we still have propositional justification to believe that Simon will probably home. So there is a difference between the Simon, in one case that Simon will be at home, he will at home because we believe in that. But there is another context that Simon will probably at home because maybe he may at home, he may not have home because we don't trust, or maybe we don't think that he is honest person. So thank you so much for today's lecture, and hope to see you again.